What's up, my people?
Yo,
Welcome to
we
Podcast X, Y, and Z,
we're here.
the world's number fun video game podcast. I'm Caleb Pearson. To my right, Andrew Matthew. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Good.
If you're listening to
Good.
this, you can't see our wonderful appearance right now.
We have a wonderful appearance because Andrew Matthew made us T-shirts.
I guess I shouldn't say it's wonderful because I
Right?
made it. I feel like
You're a little full of yourself.
Yeah, I feel
but you're
weird
right
saying
though.
that.
You made T-shirts. This is the third round of T-shirts as part of a giveaway we're doing on Patreon.com/Media Interactive.
I want you to be the model.
Do you want me to do the model?
Figure it out.
Do you want to narrate kind of what's going on?
So on the back,
be able to tell. If you're live in the chat, you can see this. Otherwise,
if you're listening, you have to.
I'm tall. Am I
Yeah.
tall
Let's
enough?
find out.
That's pretty
Oh yeah,
good.
you're good. So that's our set, and I put it on the back of our T-shirts. That's pretty fun. All right, you good?
All right.
And on the front we got X, Y, and Z, and that's the new T-shirt.
And the logo in purple. So that's the giveaway we're doing over at Patreon.com/Media Interactive, Andrew, where our patrons can subscribe and be patrons for $1 or $3 a month. They get access to all sorts of exclusive perks, including T-shirt giveaway.
Free T-shirt.
We're gonna draw a winner. We're gonna contact them, get their address, and send that. We'll actually order another T-shirt of their size. It's gonna be super fun.
Roro says that's dope. Thanks, Roro.
Thanks, Roro. We love you, man. Roro's in the chat. Daniel's in the chat. Our squad of viewers live on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, we run Media Interactive, which is sort of a conglomerate that also has other podcasts, including streams, including reviews, including social media profiles. But this is our baby.
Oh, we got a lot of
Podcast
things.
X, Y, and Z,
Is it?
Andrew,
Here
where
we
we
are.
talk about all things Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. People don't know that that's why I made the logo like it
I
is.
know.
The
Yeah.
X button from
Yeah,
the PlayStation.
I get that question more than anything.
You get that what?
Like
Question?
if ever it's like a question
Yeah.
about this podcast, it's like, what do the letters mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, hey,
There you go.
But it's
Now
cool
you-
though because they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that's pretty.
Yeah,
Cool.
people are gonna realize it like 8 years later. Like, that was awesome. I should have given them more money. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, we're here, Andrew,
We're
and
here.
there's a lot to talk about. Okay, I have no preface. I have no Twitter poll. I spent my time taking other people's Twitter polls, mainly about can you or can you not get into the Anthem demo,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But why don't we jump right into the campaign, Andrew? Shout out to those live in the chat. Feel free to be a part of the conversation. We will shout you out and say what you type, so you are a part of the community here at Media Interactive with us, Andrew.
We out here.
Time for the story mission, okay?
Story mission.
Number 1, Kingdom Hearts 3.
12 years. It's
Okay.
been literally 12 years.
It's been
since
12
Kingdom
years,
Hearts.
over a decade. You and I have said nothing to each other about it. I have seen it. You have played it. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, okay, so this is gonna be no spoilers if you're in the chat. If you're listening to this and you haven't played, don't worry. Do not sign off now. This is a great time to just talk impressions. It is a visually spectacle. It's a visual spectacle.
Mhm,
I will start with that. It is one of
I
the
agree.
prettiest looking things ever. When all the magic comes together on the screen, when you're fighting the monsters, when you're looking at these environments, I'm actually not that usually impressed by visuals. I'm more like it all kind of looks the same.
Sure.
Unless it's something that really shocks me, and this game shocked me. So I wanted to start with saying that it looks wonderful. It runs really well, and I think a lot of times you feel like with these new games, you always hear Xbox One X enhanced, better on the Xbox One X, and I get that, and I understand the way to tailor games to that. I want to say on the base Xbox, it looks and runs amazing. And I've heard from the community that it runs just as well, which I guess to you X fans, then I'm sorry. But also, hey, to you standard Xbox fans, it's going to be the best game ever on that standard console. And I love that.
Yeah.
Story is convoluted. If you are new to the Kingdom Hearts story, it does do a good job of explaining. I found that they do a little bit of the work of like saying obvious things like your name is this, while in a movie, if you're watching a movie, they don't say like that guy's name is this. It's kind of awkward, but they do it, and it's helpful if you've never played, because I think first game on the Xbox, they have to do a little bit of the work of including people in the conversation, but the story is still crazy. If I tried to explain it to you right now, you would be like,
I got no concept. And so it's a role-playing game,
yeah.
and there are multiple worlds.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about the worlds, what they are?
Yeah, so it takes you through a bunch of different Pixar movies, starting with Mount Olympus with Hercules, and it goes to Toy Story. It goes through, Big Hero 6, Tangled, Frozen, a bunch of stuff, Pirates of the Caribbean. So a lot of different, and they get voice actors. It's pretty legit.
Are you playing Roro? You said you play, right? He was on board.
Roro was down, yeah. So if you're down, if you played a little bit, let me know what you think. I know everyone's super hyped to see, all the characters. I'm gonna just say it's see Roxas and Ventus and all the people, Aqua, Terra, like it's really cool. Roro says, I'm loving Kingdom Hearts 3. It's beautiful. The combat's so fun. It's giving me the feels. Actually, yes, the feels are all there.
I have felt the feels rub off.
Yeah, I know.
You
It's
onto
crazy,
me.
man.
Yeah.
Like, it's a Disney game, and it is like
And that's
it's a
cool.
kid's game.
That is definitely cool.
It's a
Yeah.
kid's game. Like, there are
Yeah.
times where you're like, okay.
Do you remember that Disney Infinity
Yeah, for
crap
sure.
that they tried?
Yeah.
I was always intrigued by that,
Yeah.
and then it was dead in the water.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see this come around.
I think that if you ever play this game, play it with your little cousin.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that I already would.
And I think that you will.
Yeah.
I think that you will have an amazing memory with
Well,
it.
that's gonna help me convince his aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
My aunt and uncle, his mom and dad, to get him a console too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Was this game? Yeah. Well, first, would you recommend it? And then, was this a surprise release? Did they think there would never be one, or was it always?
Yeah, so Daniel asked in the chat, I know literally nothing about Kingdom Hearts and not a fan of JRPGs.
Same.
Would you recommend it? Okay, so to answer both those questions, one, it has been delayed for so long, so this is kind of a surprise because when it came here, we thought, oh, it probably going to get delayed again.
Okay.
So the idea of the state, it was expected, everyone knew. And they're saying this is, I believe, the thrilling conclusion to the trilogy. So I believe, I mean, there's a ton of other games, but
they
I think
said
this
more
is,
Kingdom Hearts to come, but the
is-
story will
yes,
change.
right. So I think that's so to answer your questions, I'm actually with you. I do not like JRPGs.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy. I'm not a fan of those.
Mhm.
I'm like interested in like the knowledge. I don't like hate it, but I'm not experienced. I don't usually enjoy it. This game is very welcoming. It is very welcoming in that area. It is not full out in that realm. I would recommend it. I would recommend you don't buy it right away. I recommend you spend about a week. Not like you have homework, but just watch a 20-minute YouTube video on the story. See if it at all interests you. Stick with it if it's too confusing. If the one thing it's too confusing, I'd say stick with it. Just see if the idea of it is appealing. Watch some of the gameplay. And I would say if there's one, I don't even know. I mean, I guess it's technically an East Asian game. So I guess, yeah, if I had to recommend one game, I mean, I'm not super experienced, but I would say this is such a good game.
Is it going to be a long game? Can you tell?
Yeah, so they've said right now that base game is going to take you 40 hours. Up to side quest will be another 40 hours. I think that it's going to be pretty long. Rora says, yeah, this is supposed to be end of Xenoheart's story, but apparently more Kingdom Hearts to come. Yeah, so let me just tell you the convoluted thing off the top, and then I'll never...
It looks like he fell asleep on his keyboard.
Yeah, no, it's so funny.
Because I don't know what that says.
This guy is like the main...
Chubby W, what up, dude?
Chubby W, what's up?
Yeah.
Shirts are fire. Thank you, Chubby W. The main villain of the story, basically what happens is if your heart has any darkness, if you die, you pass on your body to a nobody. It's called a nobody. So the main villain has like 3 different personalities, and there's heartlesses and nobody. Yeah, so that's the whole thing. So every character has like 3 different versions of themselves, which is why it's confusing.
Yeah.
So if you listen to this, that is why it's confusing, because there are so many different people that are related. But if you know it, it really gets you in the feels when it's just. Anyways, we'll be talking about it as it continues, but I think it is a fun game.
Yeah, it looks super fun. It makes me wish I grew up on it / know what it is. Did you grow up on it?
No, I played Kingdom Hearts 2 for about 5 hours with a friend. But that's
Oh,
about it.
really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
This is not my.
So was this a natural desire for you, or did you kind of flip a switch and say, I'm gonna do this?
That's why it's so fascinating for me, because I flipped a switch. So I'm
that's
with
cool.
you guys
That's cool.
when I say that. Like
Yeah.
I'm exactly where you guys stand with these kind of games.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
That's cool, man. It's not the only new game that everybody's been playing. Okay.
Really? Is it Fallout
And so
76?
here's what why do you gotta do that?
I do do it every time.
No,
I have to do it every
no.
time. I want to tell you. So I
No.
saw this picture.
Don't touch me right
I
now.
have this. There's in Germany they're selling Xbox One X bundles of Fallout 76, and they're attaching a copy of Fallout 76 with it to get rid of the game. They're giving you 2 copies of the game.
It's like when it's like the thrift grocery stores are like have the food that's expiring, so they sell it super cheap.
That's so funny.
Anyway, the exact opposite of Fallout 76, Anthem.
Anthem.
EA and BioWare's Anthem. We played the VIP demo.
We're VIP.
As broken as it was.
I didn't pre-order. I just got the.
I love it,
Whoa.
Andrew.
Whoa.
I love Anthem.
Whoa.
I love that game.
Jeez,
dude.
man.
Okay, can I talk?
Yeah,
Can I just go ahead?
Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
take a sip.
Okay.
So here's where I'm at. Obviously, it's broken. Obviously, the demo didn't go as planned. But man, I felt like I was a part of something.
Okay.
Even with the glitches.
Mhm.
Part of me was sort of happy I was getting the 95% progress bar, because I could then go on Twitter and complain about it with my friends, right? It's that idea that even if it sucks together, like it's worth it. I had a blast. The gameplay was phenomenal. It's reverse Destiny, where you're first person at Fort Tarsus instead of Destiny's Tower, and you're third person out in the world, but you don't run into any other players at Fort Tarsus, so you have your own single player campaign. No one's gonna mess with your crap until you go out into the world. I love that. And then once you're in the world, Andrew, it's so vertical and beautiful, and you're actually like, tell me flying was not flawless.
Oh, it was flawless.
And you felt like you were doing it.
How many hours did you manage to get in the game?
Probably just 5, honestly.
Okay.
Roro says, "Woo baby, Anthem, I miss it. I miss it so much, and I'm freaking out about after next weekend. I gotta wait 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, that's insane."
So you finished the stories with Matthias.
Oh yeah,
and you just did free play.
And then did free play. There was another. I actually forget what they're called, like forts or bases or something in free play. There's a little purple castle.
I got you. You did one of those.
I did one of those twice, and it was so much fun. I played with a buddy. The co-op went smoothly. It was easy to get.
Yeah.
Once you're in the game, man, the lobbies and stuff were fine. Destiny has never been like that.
Yeah.
You get booted and all that stuff. Once you're in, you're in.
Chubby W says, "I don't think I've ever seen Caleb this happy." You're right. I haven't.
Yeah, maybe.
I've known him for so long, and this is the happiest I've ever seen him.
And I didn't even customize my thing at all. Like I was like, I'm saving this. I skipped through the story cutscenes.
I don't know, why did you do? How can you be so? I don't know how you can be so excited for something if you don't watch the story cutscenes. That to me baffles me, but I don't know.
Because crazy. I'm saving it, Andrew. Like it was so fun. It was so fun. I don't want to. It's midway through the story. I don't want to learn it.
Daniel says he's so excited about it. It's making me excited about it. Yeah.
Amen, dude. That's why this exists. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. Get it, and we can all play it together. But to be honest, Andrew, like everything they have tweaked about Destiny here, what's behind us, like makes me so happy.
Yeah.
The gameplay is so fun.
Yeah.
You get to fly around like that, and the traversal through the world is so much better than a sparrow, and you're floating as a warlock in Destiny.
Yeah.
I am. I just made recordings of me flying.
Yeah, that's true. Chubby says his eyes just lit up as soon as he said Anthem. Anthem is gonna be the new word. If
I've had to wait.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
Caleb came over a couple hours ago because we filmed. We recorded Remastered, which is hype. We recorded Remastered, another podcast we do for our exclusive patrons. Yeah. Which is hype. We just talk about everything.
It'll be going up at the end of this week,
which is super cool. But he would literally, there were moments he was just like, he started to say the word Anthem, and he's like, no, I can't do it.
It's hard. I had to channel all of it to right now, so it's kind of
so this is all coming out. So I want to get into the nitty gritty.
Okay.
But I want to talk about my first impressions too.
Please go.
I hated it. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't hate it. I didn't. I just thought it'd be fun.
I told him before we started, I said, hey, listen, man, if you hate Anthem, I got no problem actually fighting you live. You know what I mean? Like people watch.
Do you guys want to see Caleb fight me? No, I didn't hate it at all. I want to get the things that I didn't like out first, so that we can talk about. One thing that I was super pet peeved about, and I don't know, I guess it makes logical sense, but I couldn't fly forever. That made me so annoyed. I legitimately didn't enjoy the experience because I had to touch the ground. Because I love flying so much, the fact that I had like overheated and I had to go back on the ground was just like, if this game is all about freedom and feeling like you are flying, why ground me?
You know why you can't fly forever, Andrew? It's so you can get to the ground and hop into the wambulance they got.
I mean, yeah, I just it was annoying traversing to quest.
Okay, I do get that.
Because I just had to stop.
You know how you launch off that building? Yeah. And you're like, let's frickin' go, and then you overheat.
Yes, that was annoying to me.
But it's realistic.
I know, but I
don't want to use the word realistic for a game like Anthem.
And I know, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense.
Here's why I was okay with it. If you dolphin, you
right, yeah, absolutely.
And if you are going down, you're actually storing it up.
Yeah.
The gravity in it was so fine-tuned.
Yeah.
And I loved it because you actually have to decide when to hop and when to bounce island to island, and because they're a very tall structure.
Yeah, and if you touch water, it cools you down, which is a cool feature.
I liked that there was an element of RPG, not stealth, but stamina to it.
Yeah.
That's RPG stamina. That's Fallout level. I'm tired and I need to replenish. And then, by the way, different javelins, it's very different.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, because I switched to the storm and I could hover more, which is nice.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, it's a little bit, and I don't want to stretch it that much, but it's like if you put a stamina bar on a horse. Like, it makes sense and it's legitimate, I just don't want it.
No, I get that.
I want to just go.
Just be able to go.
And so I get, like, it took me out of the moment. Because, like, a friend just took off a little bit sooner, got to the quest, and I was, like, running. Like, it was just annoying. I also didn't like the story, and I know your thing
Okay.
was like I don't. And so here's where I'm at about it. Like I know that you said like
Yeah.
it's a demo, it's early, it's like middle on, it's hard to tell the story. My thing is like I think that if I was put in the middle of Destiny, I would enjoy and be captivated by what is going on. I was not captivated by Matthias and his story, and like I just didn't know why I was doing it, and I didn't care for it. But I think if I was I think I truly believe that if I was thrown into the middle of Destiny and they were like, "Do you like this story?" I would say yes. Now it's hard to say because that didn't happen.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that. I think you would not like it.
It just
in Destiny.
It just was. They just took themselves in a weird way a little bit less serious. Like it was just a little bit more fantasy-esque. He was like a dude, and he's a freelancer, and he was like, "Go to the bar," and I was just like, "I'm not interested in this. Like, I'm not interested in the realism of this game.
Okay.
I'm interested in the fantasy."
It's so hard to tell what they're gonna do.
Right,
with that.
and that's hard.
But here, I appreciate it because it is different than Destiny's Tower in every way. That's why I love it. It's first person view, so when you're talking to someone, it actually feels personal. Destiny is all cutscenes, and your guy has no voice.
Yeah, see, that's weird. I like that more.
Really?
I didn't like the LTRT of like, I feel better as a freelancer. It was just like, I don't care about it.
And that is interesting. The choice dialogue,
yeah,
and how that changes. It won't change, and I'm pretty, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. It won't change the trajectory of your story.
Right, it's just the
campaign,
relationships.
But Fort Tarsus and the vibe you get will change. I think that's so cool.
Right.
And I'm cool with that level of choice.
Yeah.
In the game.
Raider says, I love not having a voice. I don't know if I think that he's serious, but Chubby Chubby says ... So I don't know if people are excited. Like,
there is a voice in Anthem, so that's Tommy. He's upset with Anthem.
Yeah, I don't know if he was joking though.
Oh, no,
like, making fun of me.
No,
like,
he's serious.
Yeah, no, on game characters. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, it was like I like the cutscene better.
Yeah.
In Destiny, I didn't like the realism of the people. I didn't want to be in Fortress at all.
Really? And the reason
I would never hang out there. I would always be lying. I will always be lying.
I know, but isn't that realism though? Like you're ready to get out there. Leaving Fort Tarsus is like.
But I think
I'll get my drinks and my food and my whatever. But then I'm going to the forge, and then I'm getting again climbing in this suit. There's no Orbit Destiny loading screen.
Yeah.
This loading screen will be shorter, and it's just a loading screen. I'm fine with that. Destiny's fake, like, no loading screens. It's animated. I'm like, screw your crap.
Yeah.
Like, I had time to write a novel by the time I went into
true.
Orbit. I think this game is going to be quicker. They asked if Anthem is confirmed for crossplay. It is not.
Nah.
So interesting. If you did the VIP demo, you could go in and refer a friend to play the VIP demo with you. They could be cross-platform.
Yeah.
They wouldn't join your world, but they would get into Anthem itself. I bet you one day it does happen.
Yeah.
But again, outside of Fortnite, we have not seen a AAA game embrace that.
Yeah.
So Anthem is not going to do it like that.
Yeah, but says can't wait to see what a raid looks like in Anthem.
Yes. I can't wait.
So rounding out to So like I think. Like the best part of this game was getting out there. Like free play was so fun.
Yeah.
Like getting out there doing quests was like the gameplay was like one of the most fun experiences. Like just period. Like I felt so powerful. I love being. I picked the right choice for the storm. It's like perfectly tailored
People
to
love
my
it, and I never touched it.
Gameplay like it's like perfect to what I love to do, and it's just like so fun. The enemies are so like intelligent.
Yeah.
Like I love being freezed by enemies. It just felt like they were equally as powerful as I was. I love the ways that each enemy was like so varied and so different in the ways they attacked me. My last and only qualm is, and I think that's probably similar to Destiny, so that I won't go as hard. And that's why I'm ending it there. It's like I don't think that I just don't know how much I'll enjoy it when my friends aren't at the same time as me.
Right, and that's true.
And it's just so hard to coordinate that. Like, and I'm not gonna say that has anything to do with the game and the game developer. So that's why it's a side thing. It's just like I don't know if I'll have fun if we can't hang out on like a Wednesday night. Right. If I just go in by myself, like I feel like I'll be bored.
Yeah.
And that's what worries me about a long-term game. Is if you can only play and have fun when you're because when I was with 3 other people, I like it was awesome.
Yeah. And that's what I had with Destiny, and here's why I'm excited, and here's why I've decided to basically, I'm going to embrace this game. I want to find regular online friends and make friends with them.
Yeah.
Friend them on Xbox, and then say, hey, like, I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
If people aren't with me. I'm actually going to put in my gamer tag. If any of y'all are on Xbox, please friend me up, because this is about to be a thing. But,
yeah,
all your concerns are so valid, dude, and you're so right. But can I kick you an analogy here?
Kick me
Okay.
an analogy.
Um,
Don't send it over gently.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge,
Star
Disney
Wars
World
Galaxy's Edge.
and Disneyland are now getting Star Wars theme parks
Yeah.
called Galaxy's Edge.
Okay.
Right now, they are not finished.
Yeah.
But if I was inside one of those places, seeing the unfinished business of Star Wars, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, this is awesome. That's what the VIP Anthem demo felt like to me. A little glimpse of everything that's going to be golden about this game. Obviously, it's not finished. Obviously, it was a little messy, and it's not complete. But I feel like it's going to deliver, and they listen. I interacted with the lead producers on Twitter. I talked to them and other podcasters about the demo, and they're like, "We hear you. We're working on it." And I felt like it was a taste of like,
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go but up. In my opinion, there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah. I do feel like it's a little different though, because betas are usually like betas. This is like a demo. This is like our game is done.
Right, and that's where it's interesting. Is this was not the latest of the game.
Yeah.
It's a month and a half old build, and they have been building 2 different builds a day.
Yeah.
They have been building. They had BioWare brought people to their studio.
Yeah.
And said, we're gonna have you play today's 9 a.m. build. And they're like, well, what does that mean? It's 2 p.m. They're like, yeah, we have 2 other builds. This is the 9 a.m. build. They are changing it so much. And this build was 7 weeks old.
Yeah.
So and I get it. It looks final, and it will feel final ultimately. But I don't know. I just think they're gonna tweak it, and it's gonna work.
Yeah. I believe it'll work.
And I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I could be too foolishly optimistic. I totally get that.
No, I think it has a lot of potential. I genuinely had a ton of fun.
Yeah.
I was in late Sunday, so I didn't have a ton of like loading problems. Like I feel like I get to experience the game as the game, and I truly enjoyed I don't know, put a number on it, but a lot of the aspects of the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's like weird for me because usually I would say like in a PvP and PvE game where it would help me long term is if, PvE was super good, because if my friends couldn't hang out with PvP, then I could just like roam around the world.
Right.
This feels like the opposite. This feels like this is like gonna suffer, and I'm not gonna be picky about like they don't put PvP in. That's fine. Like do your thing. But
I
also
hope they do, man. Yeah.
But also it's just like long term. I think like I would be willing to go in the game if I knew I didn't have to like worry about who I was playing with. If I could just jump in a PvP match like Destiny. Like Destiny's PvP was so fun. I did it a lot of times by myself. But when I went out into the world, it was fun sometimes by myself. But most of the time, I was just like, where are my friends? And I think Anthem's gonna be the same way. And if there's no other option, And
here's the thing: some of our friends have expressed it's too much like Destiny. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And what they're literally saying is, I don't have what it takes. And I'm not trying to be offensive.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to say they don't have the time or the desire to get that into the game.
Right. Yeah.
So here's what's gonna happen: is I have basically decided.
Yeah.
I'm putting all my eggs in one basket a little bit.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna. If there's going to be a looking for group website to find people to play Anthem, I will be there finding people to play Anthem.
Right.
I want to embrace it so I can experience the rolling content and be aware of it.
Right.
I did that with Destiny, and it's going to be free. All that content's going to be free, and I think it's going to pay dividends down the road.
Right.
And Crackdown is going to be on Game Pass for PvP. Anthem, and again, I would fly around to do nothing. I never beat Spider-Man, but I go in and web around.
Yeah.
This game is more fun to me,
Yeah.
like flying around wise than Spider-Man.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree there.
And people are like, Spider-Man is the best ever traversal system because it's Spider-Man in New York, right?
Yeah.
Like you can't get more American and cool than that. But man, this world is so big, and the birds and the dragons that just spawn in with health bars. I'm like, this is They nailed it. They nailed Iron Man. They nailed it.
Yeah,
you can't get better than that.
And Daniel says, "I love Spider-Man. He said he's protective."
Yeah.
Watch me.
I don't think he's protective. I think he's, this is a high five through chat right now. I loved it. I loved it too. But I mean, did he play the Anthem beta? Did he say? Did we already ask him?
Did you play it? Oh, I think we did. He said 20 minutes.
I like Anthem's movement more than Spider-Man because the right stick toggle to float and shoot.
Yeah, hover. Yeah.
Oh, it's like so fluid.
Yeah.
I just really enjoyed it.
And I think so you hit the biggest point for me. It's intimidating. It's intimidating because I don't know how easy of access I can get into it.
Right.
And because like the customization and the loadouts are very depth. Like I spent like 30 minutes on like the colors of and I know that's like not important, but it seems like I have to put a lot of time into the game in order to like experience a lot of the success from the game.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's where it's a hard line to draw. As you talk to a Destiny fan, they basically are like a car salesman. They have to convince you to like them. You know what I mean? They have to say, well, yeah, but if you just do this, 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 and this, and this, 8 hours a week, every weeknight for 3 hours, you're
same thing with Division, kind of.
Exactly. And I want to talk about that a little bit, Andrews. I am scared, not for Anthem, not for any weird, like, I guess I'm not really scared, but I'm curious and hesitant to see, like, the Division 2 is going to fracture the Anthem player base.
Yeah.
When that game comes out.
Yeah.
Is Anthem going to be longer than a month of hype?
What is the distance between the two games?
Almost a month.
Okay.
It's 3 weeks, 4 weeks.
That's not that long.
It's actually less than that. It's February 22nd to, I think, the 13th or 14th of March. Let me look it up.
That is intense. I feel like that's not a lot of time to determine your player base.
Right. Well, I think it's going to determine... and I say that in quotes, Anthem's player base, but then it's not going to determine it because then they'll just leave. March 15th, yeah, so literally 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that.
Yeah.
But it was just so much fun. I was really enjoying it. Like, playing video games was very fun.
Yeah.
Red Dead, our game of the year, the gameplay wasn't always super duper fun.
Right.
I think the story was compelling,
right.
and it was real, and it was immersive. But this is like, I felt like that cliche kid. Like,
yeah, no, for sure.
I bet you I was moved. I don't know if you've ever seen this in TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
No directors get somebody playing video games right.
Yeah.
They get like an actor that doesn't know what they're doing. It's like that's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I was almost like, whoa. Like, it was. Yeah. I was back. Like, I felt like I was in my element.
Yeah.
And that world, just a small slice of that world.
Yeah.
I would customize my thing for hours. People are like, you can't customize your character. I said, I don't care. You can customize your javelin. They don't want you in your character. They want you in your javelin. And climbing into that suit and going, like, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Destiny is just like, let me pull out my ghost and let me get a loading screen here. And let me get a loading screen here. And then let me get a loading screen here. Play a PvP match of Destiny. 4 different loading screens. And I get it. It's huge. You load in, whatever. Who knows what Anthem's going to be like. But, whew.
Yeah. I think, like, if anything, like, you guys listening, you guys watching, this weekend, free demo.
And like, everyone, please do the open demo.
Like, just try it. Like, even if you're going to tell that next Tuesday and just roast it, we want to hear that.
Yeah.
We want to hear you we want to hear, because, like, this is your chance to,
people are going to play it. People are, like, watching now. It's like, whoa. This game.
Yeah, I think definitely, like, I think it will sell better than Division. I think, like, long-term player base is yet to be determined, obviously. I think I'm really interested in the story. I feel like an old man saying that, because I feel like I used to be like, if the gameplay is fun, I don't care about the story. Yeah. But I feel like the opposite now. I feel like if the story isn't good, I'm not gonna care about Matthias and like.
And where do you stand on deciding to care about the story versus you have to be sold on it?
Yeah,
that's hard.
Yeah, no, it's totally hard. Daniel says I definitely want to jump into the open one. Hopefully, it'd be good to go server-wise. Yeah, I think
it should be. I'm hoping it is.
Totally good. Yeah, I mean, I think so. That's a really good question. I think like there are times that I have to stretch it, but I think that the bottom line is if I can't get a baseline going. So like Red Dead, I think Red Dead's a good comparison because Red Dead's base storyline was compelling enough for me, and we haven't done have we done a spoiler cast about that? But like I won't spoil it. But I think like Arthur's narrative, like was compelling enough, like what is gonna happen, while I had to stretch at points. Like I definitely had to stretch, and I definitely said I'm going to force myself to care about the individual stories, but the base of it was compelling. And I think ultimately that's partly why I dropped off of Destiny. Yes, like I mean I did say that like I would like the story a little bit more, but long term I don't go back to it because well, I don't know who these people are.
Again, that's the other thing, Andrew, is I was there, dude.
Yeah.
I was there when Destiny launched, and it was a failure.
Yeah.
It was a failure. It didn't even work on college campus P2P servers because the coding didn't allow for public university Wi-Fi to play the game. Look it up. Any college university in America couldn't play Destiny together for a month. Yeah. That was me. It was the worst.
That was the worst.
And then the campaign, vanilla campaign, I loved playing the game. Can't tell you nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like what even happened? But Anthem, people are like the demo was broken. I was like, sure, maybe. maybe it was too broken to enjoy. I get that, but they seem miles ahead of where Destiny was. I think Destiny's beta was cool and solid, and then the game launched, and they're like, "This is 3 steps backwards."
Yeah,
there's nowhere for Anthem to step but forwards, and I think EA has been slapped around so much that they need. I mean, their stocks, dude. They need Anthem to sell. And BioWare can do that. BioWare has always done that. You told me this a couple weeks ago. Like, this ain't an EA game. This is a BioWare game.
Yeah.
EA is riding the coattails of BioWare, not the other way around.
Absolutely.
So I'm just, the potential is so great, and I know it's risky because it's like, is it going to deliver? But I was happy with it.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think like people are overreacting about, if you guys have not seen, microtransactions kind of have been leaked a little bit about $20 cosmetic skins. That to me doesn't matter.
No.
You'll have that in every game. I mean, it's like an ad before a YouTube video. It's like, yeah, it sucks. I don't want it, but I don't have to buy it.
They said it's cosmetic only, and they said DLC expansion stuff will be free. That's all I need to hear.
Right. That's where I think people are overreacting. Like, yeah, at some point, like, are video games costing too much? Like, a skin in Fortnite costs a third of a video game. I get that. Like, I get where people are disappointed, but like, I don't know. Like for an adult player base like Anthem, like, yeah, Fortnite is a little different because you have like kids who are like, Mom, can I have your credit card? Like, an adult player base, if you're tempted by a cosmetic skin of your Titan and like you want to complain about it, then I just feel like that's a little bit too far. Like, yeah, some of it might be like, oh, that's too cool. I wish I could have that. But that's like that in every game. Like, every game has had that. And I guess, I don't know. I feel like people are overreacting there. So that's a... Yeah. You're very passionate about it. That was a good, comprehensive, just emotions dump about the game.
I mean, and again, Andrew, that's just where I'm at. I didn't flip a switch and say, I'm going to decide to like this game. I was ready to cancel my pre-order if it didn't go well. But even as the demo was crashing and I had to go back in again, there's just a part of me that was just like, I think this is going to be worth it.
Yeah. I hope so. Yeah.
And the culture of YouTube streamers starting to get into the demo and playing it. There was a moment that Friday afternoon where like 3 to 5 streamers were just the only like we're in, and people are watching. People are just like it reminds me of the way the world felt when this Force Awakens came out. Everyone was just like, oh my gosh, like you got into the first showing of the new Star Wars movie, like you got to see it. How was it? Blah 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 blah. It's so funny that its story is unraveling like this. Yeah, because it's insane. Yeah. All eyes are on them.
No, it was definitely the most streamed Twitch thing on Friday, Saturday.
Now that I care about it, I want to know about it. So I want to be there. I'm willing to die on this hill, basically. Yeah. I'm willing to embarrass myself. I'm willing for it to not be worth it. And then this will be a fun podcast because I'll be flipping out. Right?
And then he's going to be like, I have to buy Division now. And
that's my nightmare. That's my nightmare. I have to buy the Division 2 because none of my friends want to play Anthem and the game's trash. But that's not going to happen.
I mean, just say those sentences like saying like my friends don't want to play Anthem. That makes sense, man. People are gonna want to play Anthem. People are gonna want to play Anthem.
I will make other friends over this game. No problem about it. But
you got a community of media interactees.
Yeah, I can. That is true. I need to start tweeting my gamertag stuff out a little bit more. But I'll do another Twitter poll. Jump in the beta, man. It's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah, worth getting excited about. Yeah, I wanted to actually mention because we're talking about stories and like compelling storylines. I wanted to just mention, I forgot to put it in the Kingdom Hearts thing. Kingdom Hearts doesn't have side quests. I feel like that was worth.
That's hilarious. You just said like you don't want any, right?
Yeah, and I got so it's like so weird that Aurora says, "Wish I had an Xbox to play with you guys." Yeah, that you have a PlayStation. You have. Is there a PlayStation?
Are you on? Well, I know he plays Last of Us. Daniel, I think you have both based on what you've told me about Spider-Man and Halo.
Caleb has capabilities.
Yeah. I'm CPZ23 on everything though. If you want to friend me up, Roro, you're the man. I wish I could buy him an Xbox.
True, I would love that. But anyway, so Kingdom Hearts, it has mini games. Like you can go and you can do cooking stuff and like fly around and stuff like Ratatouille, whatever, blah blah.
Yeah.
But there's no extra exclamation points on my map. There's no extra people being like, "Help me, help me." It's the first experience. It's a little jarring. I'll be honest. I kind of look around for it, like where are the side quests?
Yeah.
But it's happening. We just talked about that. Daniel says, yes, my gamer tag, and he's got your gamer tag there for PSN. I think you got some PlayStation friends.
Bet. So that's Xbox and PlayStation. Sweet. All right, cool. Yeah, I got all those and Switch as well. I'm actually in a Super Smash Brothers tournament. Saturday, February 16th.
You're in a tournament?
Yeah. It's down at JMU.
That's awesome.
I'm actually kind of helping host it.
That's sweet.
We got like 40 dudes in it.
What if someone picks Toon Link or regular Link? What are you gonna do?
So and that's the thing is everyone can pick every character in Smash. So it's like as long as I get Toon Link, it'll be fine. I'm not gonna make a fuss about it.
All right.
If it was
are you like training? Are you like practicing?
So yes. So 3 rounds a day, give or take. I will face the computer on 9s and go.
Do you play online with that game? I don't know.
You can. I rarely do.
Yeah. People are just too good.
The lag, Nintendo Online is
okay.
stupid. Basically,
Gotcha.
is the short answer. But yeah, I'm really excited for that.
That's
and
crazy.
So I've been, I brought my Switch and and it's so funny. He was like, "Tell me your level of play: beginner, intermediate, or expert."
Oh boy. Did you say expert?
No.
Okay, good.
He put me in as expert.
Oh boy.
And I think somebody at JMU told him that I was expert. Based on the way the other people are classifying themselves, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna win. I'll probably lose.
Yeah.
But some of the people that are putting intermediate, I was like, yeah, I'm
expert Smash players are
and that's what I'm saying. I'm like, all right, well, what is our, what's the litmus test for a good Smash player? What is this demographic?
Yeah, right.
Because this isn't a professional sponsor tournament. It's just a college, university focused gathering of people. But it's like food, snacks, people, girlfriends watching, people coming things.
Super Smash, bro. I mean that's like the tournament game, right there.
Yeah. So
it's like everyone.
I'm excited for that. But things have been quiet on the Nintendo front.
That's true.
It's been good to.
Our Z button has been not used lately.
No, it's a little dusty.
We got
podcast XY and
Y.
See you later. So I'm excited for that.
That's super exciting.
Yeah.
Our last story mission, I think, I wanted to give a roundup of I'm finishing up Assassin's Creed Odyssey, guys.
If you are live in the chat, let us know about your Assassin's Creed experience overall, ever in your life, and this year.
I'm actually very interested in that because I think I'm like a lot of people, and I've dropped off and like didn't even know until recently that they had a game called Origins, and it was like Egypt. I didn't even.
That was the first one. They took a longer development cycle.
Yeah, I didn't. I was not aware of that. But anyway, so I'm finishing out Odyssey. It surprised me because we've been doing this podcast and I've been gaming, but it hasn't been something that's been super relevant. And I haven't. It's not that I've kept it. It's just been like something I play here and there, and I didn't think much of it. Guys, I'm up to 45 hours into the game. I put a lot of time into it. Dan says Odyssey is so good, but the world is so big. I didn't do 70% of the side quests. Beat the story. Yes, and that's.
Did he say beat the story?
Yeah. So that's where I'm at about side quests. The games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey make me be like, I hate side quests because it just makes it so big. And I'm with you. I think that what's so impressed with Odyssey is, and it might just be me because I love that kind of era, like Greek history, Greek gods. I think it just fascinates me. But I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey has everything going for an Assassin's Creed game. Stealth, you've got weapons, you've got locations, you've got viewpoints, all the history involved. But there's comprehensive systems like games like Shadow of Mordor have done really well, like mercenary systems, like the cult system, like recruiting teammates. Like there are so many systems involved in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think it is such a complete game. For $60, it's crazy. Robert says, started Odyssey and haven't gone back since. Something about this Assassin's Creed doesn't click with me. Granted, I haven't played Black Flag or Assassin's Creed 2, which I've heard are the best ones. Yeah, I think that if you can't connect with Black Flag, it's going to be really hard to connect with the others. I think Black Flag is one of the most accessible Assassin's Creed amongst the Assassin's Creed 2 also, but that's a little bit slower. Black Flag to me was the one that opened everything up, and it was like super. It was just like an open world game.
And that was the first one on the new consoles too.
Yeah, that one was crazy. So. As I finish Odyssey, I'm going to have a review soon of it so I can give you guys a score and just like a thing. Chubby W says, also side quest, there's a mod in closed beta for Skyrim to be played as co-op. It's called Skyrim Together and it's only for PC and it looks amazing. Skyrim Together, that is a sentence to behold. I mean, just imagine the new Elder Scrolls game launching as co-op. Not Fallout 76 co-op, but I mean a co-op game. Robert says, love Cassandra though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so just...
You didn't pick her, right?
No, I didn't.
I did. I didn't finish the game. I'm only like an hour or two in, actually, but she's very... That voice actress is very good. She got noticed for that.
I mean, actually, like, the game, like, the voice acting, the story, it's a really good game, guys. I've been really... And there's definitely annoying things about the game. I think they really put a lot of thought into it, and they've made a really fun experience to be had. And I just wanted to let you guys know that's literally taken up the most of my gaming lately. Now with Kingdom Hearts and Anthem weekends coming up,
and then, so I mean, think about it, Andrew. Kingdom Hearts, right? then Anthem, then Crackdown, then Anthem, right?
Yeah.
I mean, where are you at with the division? I never really ask your opinion. I just project.
We talked about last time. I said it's my impulse buy of the year. Like I'm way less skeptical than you are. Like I'm willing to just impulse it, but I'm definitely I would way more want to invest in a game like Anthem than it's not, you can't even comprehend how much more I would want to invest in Anthem than I do Division.
Yeah. And then there's a game called Days Gone. Guys in the chat, if you're on PS4, have you guys heard about Days Gone at all? It looks pretty good. It's basically Sons of Anarchy and the Apocalypse. I haven't. That would be an impulse buy for me for sure later on. But I'm just starting to think about that build up to E3. First of all, that's going to be a whole different animal.
Yeah, it's going to be super different.
Especially if they're teasing consoles and stuff. But again, that's why I'm so excited about Anthem. Is I want that to be my thing. Yeah. My weekly content, weekly reset. I'm going into Anthem and doing this. I want to never tell anybody I'm playing Anthem. Rather, I got to raid or I got to do this. You know that Destiny culture of like, there is no, are you going to play Destiny? It's what are you doing in Destiny.
For sure. And they've got the same idea for Endgame about armor, which is like really good because it sifts people out. Like, hey, what's your light level? Like, here's what we can do. Here's what armor you'll get. I think that's really good for long-term games. Like giving people incentive to like build their character really well. Yeah. Which I mean, there's potential, and I mean, I'm so much more willing to. That's why I'm gonna buy the game. Like I'm gonna buy Anthem. I'm not gonna buy Division right away.
No. I would have to see how it reviews and plays. No, there's no way. I'm just gonna be like, man, I wish I was in an Iron Man suit right now.
Yeah. Totally.
But good stuff, Andrew.
That's a lot of games.
Yeah, it's a lot of games.
It's a lot of games.
Shout out to those live in the chat.
We
Daniel,
appreciate you.
Roro, Seth, we love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting us and Media Interactive and everything we do. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube yet, please do, or follow us at MInteractive, XYZ on Instagram or Twitter. There's a Facebook page as well, Media Interactive. We're going to do a t-shirt giveaway, one of these bad boys, probably by the end of the week. So if you're not a patron, consider doing that, just $1 or $3 a month. There's a whole list of perks and stuff you get, including a lot of written content, personal exclusive content.
A new podcast.
That we never really talk about, but it's all on Patreon.com. Not a lot of people visit there, but we love y'all so much.
And I wanted to say, if there's any other games, because we love the games we love, but we were talking before this, like Ace Combat Skies, Metro Exodus, like I was talking about fighting games, like Jump Force. Yeah. If there's games out there that you guys love that we should be taking consideration, I mean, it's so much easier now with Game Pass. If there's games that you're like, man, I want them to talk about on Tuesday, just let us know. I mean, Redbox is super helpful. Like we pull together money, like split a game. Like if there's something that we're totally missing because we hit the big games, but I know there's a lot out there. Yeah. And we want to talk about stuff with you guys. We want there to be a conversation, and we had that. But like, if there's ever something that you're not like seeing, let us know. Like we'd be happy. That's what we do. Play video games. Yeah. So
hit us up on Twitter. We'll talk about it. Hit us up in the chat. You guys are awesome. Much love and keep on gaming.
Peace.